I earn a living online selling silly little PDFs, but it wasn't always this way. It most certainly was not a overnight success. It was a road littered with a fuck ton of failures, and I figure since I'm back on the YouTubes now, I'm gonna share a little bit of my backstory of how I kind of got into this wild world of entrepreneurship. It was actually back in February of 2010, so 15 years ago. Probably right around this time, actually, to be honest. And I was on Amazon and I was looking for a book on motivation. I had got laid off in December of 2009 and looking at a book on motivation, didn't know what I wanted to do with life. And I came across this book. I went down and I read the reviews. I remember it vividly like it was yesterday. And the reviews were about being an entrepreneur. And I thought, well, I don't have any interest in doing that. So as I scrolled back up the page on Amazon, there was a video clip of the author. And I thought, oh, cool. So I clicked play. And it was Gary Vaynerchuk in his book, Crush It, How to Cash In on Your Passion. And I think he published that in 2009, I think it was. And I watched the video and I was instantly hooked to his message. And I bought the book immediately and I read it. This was like physical copy book, it wasn't Kindle. He referenced The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss. I ordered that, I read that. He referenced a website called the Warrior Forum, Tim Ferriss did, and it was a forum for internet marketers. That's what we used to call ourselves back in the day. And so I got on the Warrior Forum and I started kind of peeking around there, and I got pretty active in that community. This was like the summer of 2010. I bought digital products, ebooks, stuff like that, trying to learn how to make money on the internet. I earned my first online dollar in January of 2011. It was a $25 affiliate commission from HostGator. It was, I had set up a blog, or it wasn't even a blog, I think it was e-zine articles in September of 2010. I published 3, 4, 5 articles. I didn't get rich, so I gave up on the idea. Well, somebody read one of those articles in that January and bought hosting through HostGator, and I got a $25 commission. Still to this day, that was the most impactful dollars I ever earned online, because it did two things. Number one, it proved, holy shit, you can make money on the internet. And number two, more importantly, was holy shit, I can do it. I just did it. I proved to myself that this is possible. And it all started from there. So 2011, I got into selling services to local businesses, web design services. In fact, I cold called 5,000 local businesses here in Las Vegas. I used like a dialer. I sold 2 websites out of 5,000 cold calls. I'm not a salesman. I'm not a cold caller. I'd never cold called in a day in my life. I used to take a shot of whiskey or vodka to calm my nerves in the morning. Sometimes I would take 3 or 4 shots. And sometimes I would be like, okay, I'm a little too buzzed. I'm just going to drink for the rest of the day. And that's what I did. So I had to find a better way. So I started cold emailing local businesses. That ended up working a lot better. I started getting clients with cold email. I had a pretty effective strategy to land attorneys for clients, selling them mobile websites. Again, this is back in 2011. Mobile websites were like a new thing. And I ended up putting together a digital product, my first one ever, on how I was landing clients with cold email. I don't remember the name of it. I think I made like $1,000 or something. It was pretty cool. That was the first taste I had of selling digital products. So for the next 4 or 5 years, I pretty much sold services to local businesses. I ran Facebook ads for real estate agents and loan officers, hundreds of them. Ended up getting into Shopify in 2015. I dabbled with Amazon FBA for about 2 months. Spent a lot of money on inventory. It didn't work out. Got into Shopify selling women's jewelry in June of 2015. First month I did, I think $200. July I did $2,500. August I did 15 grand. Again, this is sales, not profit. I was like, holy shit, and I found something. I ended up doing about 300 grand with that store. This was before Shopify was popular. It was just starting to get popular in 2015. Running Facebook ads, selling women's jewelry. I took my dad to the Masters with the money I was making, the golf tournament in 2016. as a surprise birthday present. His birthday's April 9th, which that's the Masters is always like the first weekend in April. So that was really cool. That was amazing. I paid off a lot of debt, paid off student loans, paid off my car. I didn't buy dumb shit with all the money I was making, but I was miserable. I was selling turquoise earrings to Helen in Des Moines, Iowa, and I couldn't do it anymore. So in July of 2016, I shut the store down. I couldn't do it. And then for the next several years, I just kind of bounced around from idea to business model to business model to social media platform to social media platform. I spun my wheels. I started working for a buddy of mine. He has a software company out here in Las Vegas. I worked with him, I think that was in 2017, yes. Worked with him for a couple of years, still doing stuff on the side. I was making YouTube videos, selling digital products, doing a little of affiliate marketing, kind of just dabbling in a bunch of shit for years. Got into affiliate marketing with TikTok during the pandemic. Did pretty decent with that. Was making like $5,000 a month. I would say $4,000 to $5,000 a month. But it was decent. It was the TikTok craze with the pandemic. Then I kind of got away from that. I didn't really like the company I was promoting, which was Legendary Marketer at the time. Or no, I shouldn't say I didn't like the company. I shouldn't say that. I didn't like how some of the other affiliates were promoting it. And I was getting lumped into those people. So I switched gears, started selling like my own digital products. I came out with a thing called the 48-hour ebook challenge, where if you write and publish your own ebook in 48 hours or less, I would become your first customer. I launched that in August of 2020. I still sell that to this day. It's called the Digital Product Challenge. I'll link it right down below. It's now it's $97, but I will still become your first customer. I sold it a bit in 2020, then I got away from it, and then I started selling it again. I rebranded it last spring, about May of 2024. Rebranded it to the Digital Product Challenge. It was $47, and I've been selling it ever since. Then I've recently increased it to $97 because it comes with a paid community and all that. I just got a notification from a lady this morning. She's the 69th person I've helped launch a digital product, which is really fucking cool. So I bounced around, I did random things, kind of still riding the struggle bus, testing different platforms, different business models. I put out a coaching program, sold that well. I wasn't really digging the coaching thing at the time. I just didn't feel like I didn't have the confidence in myself that I should be coaching anybody. Even though I had results that they wanted, it was all up here. So I struggled with that, a lot of responsibility. And so last May, I ended up creating an Instagram account. It was a faceless Instagram account. I was kind of getting burned out with my personal brand under Adam Dukes. And so I created an Instagram account under Faceless Father Freedom. And I was a faceless account. That lasted about 3 weeks. I couldn't stand it. I felt so inauthentic. So I changed the name to Piss Off Boss the end of May last year. I ended up jumping on Instagram Threads May 30th of last year. And I took a different approach. This wasn't part of the strategy. It wasn't planned at all. It was like, looking back on it, I realize it now. But I jumped into Threads and I just answered people's questions. That's all I did. Hundreds of them for the entire month of June. I'd spend anywhere from 2 to 4 hours a day, But before I finish that, I was driving Uber last year at this time here in Las Vegas. I had done that kind of part-time for about 2 years. I would do it on the weekends, and sometimes I'd do it during the week. You could make pretty decent money doing Uber out here in Vegas. So I was doing that, and so I just answered a bunch of people's questions. I was just being of service, and I call it a serve first mentality, where I just helped. I didn't pitch anything. People would say, hey, I'm trying to create a digital product or sell a digital product, and 20 people would comment, and 20 people would be pitching their shit. Oh, check out my profile, here's a link, DM me for more. And I took a different approach. I never pitched. I never said, check out my profile. I never said, DM me for more. I gave it all away. I just shared what I knew based off of my years of experience, trial and error, a lot of failures. And people really appreciated that serve first mentality. And I grew quite a following quickly in the month of June. So by the third week of June, people were asking how I was growing so fast on Threads. And I was like, I don't know, I'm just answering questions. People kept asking. And so I threw the idea out there. I said, you guys want an ebook? Like, I'll put together a little ebook on what I'm doing. And people were like, absolutely. So I ended up launching an ebook, which is called Threads Unleashed. July 1st of last year. It was $10. I didn't have it written. I told them that. I said, this is a pre-sale. I will deliver it to you on Saturday, which I think was July 6th. I opened up July 1st. Again, I had nothing. They didn't get anything. I told them that. It's a pre-sale. I will deliver the guide to you on Saturday. They were okay with that. I said, I'm charging $10. I'll deliver it to you on Saturday, then I'm increasing the price to $17. People were fine with it. I didn't have a single complaint. Adam, where's my shit? You know, none of that, because I was very upfront about it. That thing went viral. I ended up doing $5,900 in the first 7 days. Ended up doing $14,000 last July just with that one PDF, a $17 PDF. It was wild. At the time, I had 1,000 followers on Threads, so I didn't have a big following. I didn't use any advertising or anything like that. It was just a really good fucking product. There was luck involved, of course, timing. A lot of people were fed up with Instagram and they were looking for something else, and Threads just happened to be it. And I just happened to kind of grow a community of people who trusted me. You know, I put the master resale, it was a MRR product where people could resell it as their own, which that definitely helped spread the virality. I could have made probably a lot more money if I went the affiliate route, but I went the MRR route on purpose because I wanted to build my brand. I knew this guide could potentially get in the hands of maybe thousands of people with the help of it having a resale license. And I've sold it 1,100 times. I bet you it's been read minimum 10,000 times. I have 218 testimonials. It broke Threads last summer. Like, people have referred to me as the king of Threads, Threads king, Threads god, all kinds of things. It has just catapulted my brand, and I can honestly say 30 days and one PDF changed my fucking life. And not in the way you might think. Not the money was great, of course. It was the confidence. That's what changed. I was filled with shame and guilt of trying to build this personal brand of just yo-yo months. You know, some months I'd have good months, some months I'd have bad. Then I'm doing Uber on the side. Then I'm doing Uber a little bit more often. And I just felt this shame and guilt that I'm sitting here building my personal brand, trying to teach people how to do things, yet I'm not really making that much money. You know, maybe $1,000, $2,000, sometimes $4 or $5 grand, $6, $7 grand, back down to 1,000, maybe 800. You know, it was just up and down, up and down. I couldn't focus, but my confidence was shot. And so that's what Threads Unleashed did for me. That one PDF and dedicating myself for 30 days with the serve first mentality gave me the confidence I was looking for, the confidence that I was missing. And that confidence is translated into, I think I'm just about at 100 grand since July 1st of last year. And it all came from a fucking 43-page PDF. It's wild how fast things can change. But again, like I said at the beginning, this wasn't an overnight success story. I've failed more times than most people even attempt. You know, I've tried just about every business model under the sun, with the exception of MLM. And I've failed. You know, I've had a couple of, I've had some success. I don't want to say they're all failures, but a lot of failures. And building a personal brand can be hard because you have an audience. I restarted my email list last year in May. I haven't even emailed my old email list, which was like 3,500, which took me probably 5 or 6 years to build up. Now my email list is at 8,000, and it took me 8 months to build that. I'm growing 100 leads a day over on Instagram right now. It's wild. And it all started with having that serve first mentality for the entire month of June, and then putting out a 43-page PDF for $10. You know, then I increased it to 17, and that fucking transformed my life, you know? So I guess this video, I just wanted to share my backstory. Don't think I haven't attempted. You can scroll on my YouTube feed. I've been making YouTube videos for probably close to a decade on this channel. You know, Shopify days back in 15, 16 when I was doing quite well. When I was doing affiliate marketing videos in 2020, sharing what I was doing there. But now I'm back to committed and kind of teaching, and not necessarily teaching, but just showing. And one of the changes I've made in my content over the last year or so that's made a huge difference is I share how I content. I don't share how to. I'm not here to teach you how to do something. I'm here to show you what I'm doing. And if you want to model me, you're more than welcome to model me. And if you don't want to model me, you're more than welcome to not model me. I don't give a shit either way. I really don't care. I'm just showing what I'm doing. And I'm trying to be open and honest and transparent. It's not all fucking sunshine and rainbows. Some days are good for me. Some days are great for me. Some days fucking suck and I want to quit and burn it all down, you know? And I'm trying to document that here on the YouTubes. You know, the journey, the good, the bad, the happy, the sad, the ups and the downs. So anyways, that's my story over the last 15 years of being an entrepreneur and the last 8 or 10 years being a content creator. Drop any comments, any questions down below. I'm an open book. I've had some good discussions with some of the people watching the channel so far, which I'm super grateful for and I appreciate it. I don't have it all figured out. I'll never claim to have it all figured out. I'll never even be anywhere close to having it all figured out. And I'll never tell you I have it all figured out. I'm figuring it out day by day. And then I'm just trying to share the mistakes made. And then of course the lessons learned from those mistakes so you can avoid those. So anyways, I'm going to wrap this up. If you have comments, questions, concerns, drop them down below. Also hit that subscribe button. I appreciate you.